Today we're going to learn how to set up a document in Digital Writing. If you haven't done so, in the upper right hand corner you'll see an icon for Design Tool. Click on that and it will bring you to this screen. On the left hand side you're going to see two tabs: Tools, which is everything you need to use to set up a document for digital writing, and Pages. In the first bar, General, these are our general settings for the form or for our document. Under Devices, we want to decide what type of device we're going to be designing for today. Could be a digital pen, a tablet, or a combined form which can be used on both devices. Today we're going to be designing for a tablet. I can give my application or my document a name. We're going to do a work order, and I can give it a description. So we're going to call it a tablet form. Again, you can use anything you want. Now we need to upload the PDF of our document. When I click on it, I go to my folders, find my document, and upload it. The image is displayed in the design area. You also have navigation at the top, which allow you to move through the pages if it's a multi-page document, a zoom bar so you can zoom in and out. You can also quickly see the whole document or set it to the width. The hand just allows you to move the document around within the viewing area. The next and last section under General is called Custom Development. Now this refers to any custom actions or coding that we're going to apply to this document once it's received by the server. Since we have no custom development for this form, we're going to leave it on none. Before we move to the application settings, I want to go back to the tab for Pages. Now you see that thumbnail for our document. If it happened to be a multiple page document, you would see a thumbnail for every single page, and we can navigate through the document just by clicking on the thumbnails. So I'm going to go back to Tools and Application Settings. In Application Settings, we have the ability to close the document. Now there's two ways of doing this. We can close it on its first submission, meaning that whenever a user submits the document for the first time, the document will be closed by the server and cannot receive additional information, meaning that a user can write on it again and try to submit it, but the server will reject it. Never by writer means that the document can be written on multiple times at multiple intervals as well. So for this example, we're going to leave it on never by writer. The next section down is handwriting recognition. We want to enable this, and in the drop down we want to select the language that we want to use. Now there are over 33 different languages that we could use and associated alphabets. For today we're going to use English US. The next area, or the next bar down, widgets. Widgets are the tools that we use to define how we're going to capture and interpret the handwriting in the various fields on our document. We have a single line, multi-line, and we can add boxes to a text field. We have a date picker, a time picker. We can add an options list. We can use checkboxes and radio buttons. We can add a drawing area, and we can also do signature capture. Now we're going to go through all of the widgets in more detail in part 2 using widgets in our forms. The next bar down, Response, gives me the ability to provide a two-way communication between the server and our users in the field when they're submitting documents. So as you see here, when a document is submitted, we have a message that says thanks, data added to the document. These messages can be anything you want. The last bar in our setup, Delivery, we have a couple of options. On a tablet submit, Digital Writing has the ability to send copies of the files to multiple users. An XML file of all the data captured on a form, a CSV, and a PDF. When we select email, we now can do some workflow. In the recipient's address, I can manually add multiple recipients their email addresses, so that they get copies of these files when a document is submitted. An example of this: when a work order is finally submitted by my user, I want the manager and also accountant to be notified that this order is ready for processing. Send to writer: when I check this box, we actually can send a copy of all these files back to the original sender. The area below, subject, address, and file name, if these values are left blank, the server defaults will populate those values and name the documents in the email accordingly. You can also use static values or variable information, data captured from the form, to populate these areas. Under Viewer Submit, the viewer refers to our browser application. It's the central hub where all the documents are received and can be viewed by a user or administrator. There are certain things that we can change on the viewer that we may want to also communicate to various people. So here I have the ability to send them the same data files plus the original and a new PDF of the document, versioning, using the same values as above. I can use the multiple recipients, send it to the original writer, and I can also change these values. Well, that's it. That's how easy it is to set up a document in digital writing.